Mainly, I wanted to, and Richard Dean Anderson is probably the one to ask about this, but Sea Shepherd. The fact that that Paul Watson is being held in Germany right now for extradition back to Costa Rica for completely trumped up charges, and I defer to Richard on this. Richard, yeah, I'm deferring to you on the knowledge of the Sea Shepherd case right now.
I really can't at this point speak with any great knowledge because our line of communication has been iffy at best to our woman on the front line, who's there with Paul actually in Frankfurt. There are lawyers involved. They're attempting to extradite him. This is as much as I sort of know them. Paul arrived in Frankfurt, was coming up to the festival here, and they swiped his passport, and bells and whistles went off, and they immediately put him under arrest for apparently he was, what was it? I want to get this right. In Costa Rica, there's an outstanding warrant for what amounts to illegal parking, I think, in Costa Rica. So the request came for extradition, to have Paul extradited to back to Costa Rica for trial or whatever, for incarceration more than likely. In the meantime, apparently the lawyers went to work on the German guys and were able to get him to buy us 90 days to either work on the case, get him sprung, get the matter taken care of, or somehow keep him from being sent to a Costa Rican jail. So that's as much as I can say right now. We're still waiting to hear today from our lady on the front lines there. But it's messy and it's ugly, and this is a commentary. It shouldn't be happening for a man to be doing so much good work globally, to be hounded like this. And he is hounded, believe me. He's can't go anywhere. I've been with him when we've walked through a little airport in the Maritimes, somewhere in eastern Canada. And the whole place came to a screeching halt and quiet as a pin drop, and all these maritime former fishermen or whatever, poachers more than likely. That's unfair, but he gets ostracized everywhere he goes. Cheered by many of us, of course, but we're in a bit of a bind this time around, where they seem to have us, or have him actually, stuck. So write letters, be vocal.
Yeah, I think so, because I mean, Star Trek, one of the reasons we're all here, with the exception of a few, but Gene Roddenberry, the fourth film was called Voyage Home, where the Earth was going to be destroyed by a probe from somewhere that was trying to communicate with whales. But in the future, there are no whales because they've all been hunted and killed, despite the efforts of people like Captain Paul Watson. So we have, anybody that's interested in Star Trek out there, a direct relationship with the fact that this man is being held and possibly being sent back to Costa Rica. So get active, say things, talk to your local newspapers, whatever, and oppose this, because it sounds like somebody made some charges to save their skins on a Costa Rican illegal shark finning operation. So take action, because otherwise the movie Voyage Home will come true, and we don't want that to come true. We don't want the whales to disappear, for sure.